Elias feels the colors of memory growing tired.
Don Sereno refuses to perform in a world where even his shine looks modest.
Abuela Rosita hears a silence where bright colors used to sing. Doña Maravilla does not approve of a festival that looks like last year's laundry.
Estrellita misses could throw colors.
Lumen confirms that the saturation of remembrance is statistically collapsing.
Quintero feels centuries of color draining from the margins. Elias sees the fading is mutual. Both worlds are losing their colors at once.
If even the flowers look tired, our stories will start sounding like homework.
Tia Ramira prefers wrinkles from age, not from a universe forgetting how to glow.
Elias invites Nico Alvarez and Tia Ramira to cross again, this time to chase dying colors.
If our world is fading, Nico Alvarez refuses to watch from a distance. Tia Ramira will not let her nephew walk into a fading world alone.
The last time Nico Alvarez came here, everything looked like a painting. Now it looks like a photocopy.
Elias fears that if we do not act, memories themselves will become ghosts of ghosts.
Lumen has traced the drain to a single route, the memory garden at the city's heart.
Quintero hears that the garden once every honest story, and Doña Maravilla will not let the city's heart become an unpaid bill.
Estrellita wants to play a note that puts color back, instead of watching it leak out.
Abuela Rosita remembers when that garden shone bright enough to scare shadows away.
Elias proposes we enter the memory garden and ask why it no longer trusts us with its colors.
Don Sereno sees 3 stages waiting, a path of joy, a path of...
If the garden wants proof we still feel those things, Nico Alvarez can help show it.
Tia Ramira will walk every path, but if anything tries to drain her nephew, it will have to answer to her first.
Elias suggests we restore this heart in 3 beats: joy, sorrow, courage.
Doña Maravilla cannot watch people forget what made them laugh in the first place.
Estrellita is not afraid of sad songs, but she doesn't want the garden to drown in them.
Abuela Rosita knows courage is not loud. It just keeps lifting its feet.
Lumen will track our progress through each feeling so we do not lose ourselves.
Quintero advises we begin where forgetting hurts least, on the path of joy.
It feels like a party snapshot left too long in a drawer.
Don Sereno believes joy has been treated like a show instead of a shared meal.
Don Sereno will play until joy looks like participation, not performance.
Maybe the garden forgot that imperfect fun is still real fun.
Tia Ramira admits that joy does not need to be tidy to be worth remembering.
Lumen observes that measured joy grows brightest when no one is rehearsing.
Quintero has taught this path to savor small, silly joys beside grand ones. Elias feels the garden remembering how to smile.
This place feels like a hallway where everyone came to hide their crying.
Abuela Rosita hears sorrow that never got to finish its sentences. Abuela Rosita offers the garden permission to cry without apology. Tia Ramira regrets every time she told herself to be strong instead of honest.
Maybe the garden is pale because we've all been hiding our blue parts. Estrellita hopes the garden forgives notes that break in the middle.
Lumen confirms that acknowledged sorrow stabilizes the garden's colors instead of draining them.
Quintero has given the blue path a vocabulary for feelings we usually mumble.
Elias believes the garden is beginning to trust us again.
This place feels like a staircase built from everyone's scary first steps.
Elias suggests we lend the garden our honest fear instead of pretending bravery tastes like nothing.
Courage feels less like roaring and more like not turning around.
Estrellita refuses to let her own song leave her frozen.
Abuela Rosita believes some bravery lives in quiet apologies. Abuela Rosita thanks the garden for second chances made of memory.
Don Sereno is more afraid of being honest than of being booed. Don Sereno thanks the garden for teaching him that bravado can be lighter. Lumen concedes that not every worthy risk can be fully graphed first.
Quintero accepts that some stories must risk being clumsy to become true.
Lumen verifies that joy, sorrow, and courage are once again statistically cooperating.
It looks like someone turned the world back to its original settings.
Doña Maravilla is pleased to file this under debt repaid with interest. Abuela Rosita hopes this garden.
Estrellita likes that bravery, sadness, and laughter all sparkle the same when they jump.
Elias senses the garden choosing to share its colors again, not hoard them.
Quintero is grateful that even old pages can hold new shades.
Lumen enjoys when the numbers tell a hopeful story.
Our flowers look like they remembered how to be themselves.
Tia Ramira admits she will complain less if the universe insists on these visits.
Don Sereno enjoys being the soundtrack of repaired things.
Estrellita hopes they feel brave enough to dance badly on purpose.
Abuela Rosita sends a reminder that love looks best in strong colors. Doña Maravilla appreciates partnerships where no one gets secretly poorer.
Lumen prefers warnings that are really invitations to feel more.
Quintero dedicates this garden to every future day that dares to be vivid.
Nico Alvarez promises to remember in full color, even on boring days.
Tia Ramira will tell tonight's story slowly, so none of its colors slip away.
Elias is grateful that sometimes saving the world means asking it to feel more,
not less.